You see, in a world obsessed with control, with reactions, with validation, there is nothing more dangerous, nothing more unpredictable, and nothing more powerful than the one who remains unbothered. That's the kind of chaos that drives them insane. The kind of energy that shatters expectations, flips the table, and walks away smiling while the rest of them are still trying to figure out how you didn't flinch. They expect you to react. They want you to break, to bend, to beg for approval, to fight for their attention. But when you stay calm in the storm, when you smile in the face of hate, when you keep moving forward without a second glance at their opinions, that's when you become unstoppable. That's when you stop being part of their game and start playing by your own rules. Let them talk. Let them doubt you. Let them misunderstand you. Your job is not to explain yourself. Your job is to rise, silently and relentlessly, until your very existence becomes the loudest statement you could ever make. People fear what they cannot control. And when you become someone who no longer needs validation, who no longer reacts to every insult, who is no longer moved by chaos around them, you become a threat. Not because you hurt anyone, not because you're loud, but because you're free. Freedom scares people. Silence shakes them. That cold stare, that smirk when they expect tears, that laugh when they expect anger, that's the kind of power they never saw coming. You see, the Joker was never just about the laughter or the madness. He was the mirror, the reflection of a world that mocks pain until it turns into power. He was unbothered because he saw through the illusion. When you stop caring about fitting in, when you stop chasing what they want you to chase, when you embrace your scars and your chaos and wear them like armor, you stop being a victim and start becoming a force. And nothing, absolutely nothing, drives them crazier than seeing someone rise from what was meant to break them. You walk through fire and don't scream. You get pushed to the edge and you smile. That's power. That's real power. Not given, not taken, but earned through pain, through silence, through survival. You don't owe the world a version of yourself that pleases them. You don't have to shrink to make them comfortable. Let them whisper. Let them judge. Let them build their stories around you. Meanwhile, you keep building yourself. Brick by brick, dream by dream, with no need to announce every move, no need to clap back at every opinion. Your focus is your weapon. Your peace is your revenge. While they throw shadows, you keep standing in the light. And the more they can't reach you, the louder they'll scream. Because it kills them to see you untouched, unmoved, undisturbed. They'll poke, they'll prod, they'll push every button they think they know. But when nothing works, when you remain still, when you remain unshaken, that's when they lose. Because control is nothing without reaction. And you gave them nothing. You don't need to act like you don't care. You actually stop caring. You stop explaining your purpose to people who are committed to misunderstanding it. You stop wasting energy on battles that don't build you. You stop letting your mood be dictated by people who don't even know your heart. That's where the real Joker energy comes in. That's when the smile isn't fake. It's earned. It's built from surviving nights they didn't see. From walking alone when no one showed up. From clapping for yourself when no one else would. You become a masterpiece painted with pain, but displayed with pride. They don't get it, and they're not supposed to. Because you've become what they never thought you could be, untouchable. Not because nothing hurts, but because you've mastered how to move through hurt without letting it stop you. That's what it means to be unbothered. It's not about pretending you're cold. It's about knowing what deserves your fire. It's about realizing that not every war is worth fighting. Not every voice deserves a reply. Not every insult is worth your attention. You conserve your energy for what builds you, for what elevates you, for what fuels your greatness. That's how legends are born. Some people thrive on your reaction. They get high off your breakdown. Don't give it to them. Let them starve. Let them wonder how you're still standing. Let them go crazy trying to figure out why the hate they throw never seems to stick. You keep your silence, your smile, and your stride. Because every second spent arguing with fools is a second stolen from building your empire. They want you to crumble so they can feel taller. They want you to lose your mind so they can say, "See, I told you so." But you keep playing chess while they scream over checkers. You don't need to shout. Your silence is loud enough. Your presence says everything they're trying to deny. Being unbothered doesn't mean being passive. It means being strategic. It means knowing what truly matters and letting the rest fade into noise. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be legendary. And legends don't chase applause. They create shockwaves. They disrupt without warning. They stay grounded while storms rage around them. The Joker didn't ask for acceptance. He didn't play by the rules. He owned his story, twisted, tragic, but true. And that's what made him unforgettable. You're not here to prove anyone wrong. You're here to prove yourself right. Every time they said you couldn't, you did. Every time they laughed, you leveled up. Every door they closed, you kicked open another. You weren't supposed to make it, but you did. You weren't supposed to shine, but you glow. You weren't supposed to be this strong, but look at you, still here, still standing, still smiling. That's the kind of story that writes itself in fire. That's the kind of energy they can't kill. They can mock your past, but they can't predict your future. Because you're not running on their fuel. You're not built on their belief. You're built on grit, on silence, on inner fire that never needed external approval. Let them keep guessing. Let them keep watching. You owe no explanations, no apologies. You're not angry, you're focused. You're not bitter, you're better. You're not broken, you're becoming. And that alone is enough to keep them up at night. They thought your silence was weakness, but it was strength in disguise. They thought your calm was surrender, but it was preparation. You were never out of the game, you were just moving in silence. And now, every step you take echoes louder than any scream. That's what happens when you become truly unbothered. You become untouchable. You become the storm they never saw coming. There's a different kind of peace when you know who you are. When you stop waiting for the world to see your worth and start showing it to yourself. That's the secret. That's the edge. They can't shake what's already grounded. They can't intimidate what's already fearless. You've been through enough to know that not everything deserves your energy. You've mastered the art of letting go, of choosing peace over pettiness, power over popularity, purpose over noise. That's how you win, not by reacting, but by rising. You are the calm in chaos, the silence in the storm, the smirk in the madness. That's what they can't understand. That's what drives them insane. You didn't become cold, you became clear. You didn't lose your heart, you just stopped giving it away to those who couldn't handle it. And now you're not just surviving, you're dominating, quietly, powerfully, unbothered. So let them rage, let them wonder, let them talk. While they're busy trying to figure you out, you'll be too busy winning. Because you've already mastered the most dangerous game of all, refusing to let anything disturb your peace. That's not just power, that's freedom, that's Joker motivation, and that's the kind of mindset that rewrites the rules, breaks the mold, and leaves the world asking one question long after you've walked away: how the hell did they stay so calm through all of that? Easy, you were unbothered, and it drove them insane.